To start the prayer, you must say Allahu Akbar, which means Allah is the greatest. This phrase is known as Takbiratul Ihram. There is no other phrase which can replace this takbirah. This takbirah must be said while standing, because the Prophet ﷺ said what means, say the takbir while standing. If you are unable to pray while standing due to illness, for example, then you should do your best to pray in any other position which is physically possible. In any case, however, you must certainly say the takbirah. During this takbirah, do not excessively extend the vowel, which is the A in the middle of the word Allah. The Imam leading a congregational prayer shall raise his voice while saying this takbirah, so those behind him can hear it. If you are praying alone or behind an Imam, you need not say this takbirah loudly. However, you must move your tongue with the phrase as authentically reported. Raise your hands while saying the initial takbirah. It has been authentically reported in the Sunnah that you may raise your hands just before, during, or just after saying this takbirah. While raising your hands, keep them spread open without cupping. Your fingers shall not be closed tight nor widely spread apart. Your fingers shall reach the level of your shoulders. This is one of the two authentic forms of raising one's hands. The other is for the fingers to reach the earlobes. You may choose either of these two forms. Raising the hands apply to both men and women. If you are unable to raise one of your hands due to a certain ailment, you should still raise the other one in order to apply as much of the Sunnah as possible. Where should you place your hands after this takbirah? You should place them on your chest with the right hand over the left one. There are two forms of putting the right hand over the left one. The first is to place the right hand flat over the left hand, wrist, and arm. The second is to grab the left hand with the right hand. If you alternate between these two forms, your practice would then perfectly concur with the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Place your hands on your chest and not on your navel, nor below it, nor above the chest. Some scholars state that you should place them between your breasts. It is not permitted to place the hands on the waist during prayer, which contradicts appropriate submissiveness to Allah. You shall always gaze at the floor in humility during prayer, lowering your head and looking to the place of your prostration, except when you are reciting at-tashahhud, in which case you should keep your gaze at your index finger while moving it. This will be further explained in the presentation. Dear Muslim, placing your hands on the chest and lowering your head while looking at the place of prostration reflects submissiveness before Allah the Almighty. It is also a reflection of good manners before one's Lord. You must keenly maintain this during your prayer, and remember that Allah turns His face towards the face of His slave during the prayer for as long as he does not gaze away. You must struggle to keep shaitan from distracting you during prayer. If the whispers of shaitan become too powerful, it is permitted for you to seek refuge in Allah and lightly spit 3 times to your left without emitting any spittle.